So, hi and welcome back, and I'm just out for a walk. It's kind of like my last couple of days where I live, and it's quite difficult because I've been there in September. I'd have been there 13 years, and it's kind of like hitting home now that my home is gone, and I won't be living in the centre of the town anymore. I'll be somewhere else, and I'm actually going to keep it more secret as to where I'm moving to now, because people know I live in Bedford Town Centre, or lived, and I had these two films developed. They are one of them's right. So is it Fuji Reala or Fuji Reala? So Fuji Reala, put 1 in the comments. Fuji Reala, put 2 in the comments. Or is it regional? So like they say it in one country and so on and so forth. Anyway, so I used a new lab to get these this film processed, and the scans are crap. They are really poor. I asked for low res scans, which is what I normally do, but these ones are just really poor. So I'm not impressed by them at all. When you go back to where I currently live, and I've got a slightly different setup for you, so you'll be able to see over my shoulder as I'm talking about the actual photographs, and also you'll see the screen record as well. So I'm doing that, and one was a Fuji Reala film, which was a cinematic film. They did their own cinematic film, like the Kodak Vision films, and I did a Kodak Vision film. Now I think the one that came out properly was the Kodak Vision film. I bought the other film from somewhere that said that they had it. It was the last few rolls, and it was fine, but it wasn't fine. It wasn't very good at all. Problem is, I've not got the negatives back. I'm waiting for them to come back, and I'll be able to tell from there. Anyway, let's get home. Okay, so we're going to start looking at these 2 rolls of film. This is I think it's the Reala. I call it Reala. I've always called it Reala. Whenever I bought it in the shop, I asked for Reala, and whenever they spoke about it, they called it Reala. So if it's Reala, I'm sorry. But just look at this, right? Just to start off with, this first scan, they've actually, it's misaligned, which isn't a good start. And I said that these were soft. Well, look how soft they are. So I'm actually guessing that this film was actually out of date and it hadn't been stored properly, although they told me it had been stored properly. So we're just going to go through a few of them now and just show you those. So this is when I had one of the worst experiences. Something I've always wanted to do, and then when I did it, it was a horrible experience. But when I was in Shrewsbury, and I took some shots when I was there, and they're all quite flat and dull. Now the light wasn't brilliant, but it was good enough for this film. So you can see just how dark this is. Now I don't know Shrewsbury very well at all, or I was just walking around the park there when we took these shots. But I want to show you both rolls of film so you can see the difference in the actual standard of the film. Okay, so I just want to see. Oh, that one's not even been rotated properly. Oh, there we go. Got it right way around. And I was just literally taking shots of whatever I was seeing. I wasn't really planning anything in particular. And I was there in March, and it was just when the daffodils and stuff were starting to come out. So yeah, that's when it was. So I think it was March time, and the plan was to go from Shrewsbury to Cardiff on a special train ride for me, first class, and it was a disaster. The train that they sent didn't even have a first class compartment. It was one of those little 2-car trains instead of what I was expecting. I did get all my money back. Thank you, Transport for Wales. And there you go. There's the flowers. So it was literally just at the start of spring, really. Yeah, not so pleased with the shot. Not even in focus. And as I say, I was literally just wandering around because I hadn't tried this film before, and I wanted to see just if it was any good whatsoever. And I was actually waiting for them to get out of the shot, and I thought they were out of the shot, but they clearly weren't. Okay, I'll just skip through some of these, and they're really dull and flat. So I'll just go through them quickly because I don't want to make this video too long. Is that a dog? running along there of some kind. Oh, and we'll carry on, and there's some pub or house or whatever with a bridge. And as I say, it wasn't this flat. That they look really, really flat. The light wasn't this flat. This is really, really just obviously the age of the film and the fact it hasn't been stored properly. So I don't know if any of you've been there, so I know what Shrewsbury's like. I just thought, you may know. And this is at the railway station. And this was the type of train I had to go to Cardiff on when I paid an extra fee to go on with first class with a breakfast and stuff. It just didn't happen. And this is when, so I had to go from Milton Keynes to Northampton. No, we got, so the train at Milton Keynes got as far as Northampton, and we had to stop and get off again. And then I had to go up to Crewe to Shrewsbury, and then Shrewsbury to Cardiff. And then I come back from Cardiff into Paddington and that way around. But this is a shot I just took in Milton Keynes. I like the pastelic shot with the different pillars as it was there. And this one's in London. View in London. Now, as I say, this was taken so long ago, I don't even know which film it was, but I'm almost certain it was this Reala film. And yeah, they're not good. That's looking into St Catherine's Dock. And that one is in Wapping, and I was trying to get a photograph of the guy taking a photograph. And that's in Wapping as well. Okay. Yeah, that didn't work out well either. And London Eye, and then I like taking these shots. I like taking the ones with the actual locks on the bridge. But yeah, that would have worked well in black and white, like the one I did in Manchester. And yeah, so it was all meant to be this colourful stuff here, and they're just so flat. And you'll see the difference when I show you the ones that I took with the Kodak Vision. And the guys, I think this was well before the election, and well before the election announcement. Yeah, it was. And these guys were out here, corrupt Tories, government, liars, cheats, and so on and so forth. And there's that guy who used to shout, "Stop Brexit!" And that would have been a lovely shot if it had been, the colour had been right. Oh, another one the way around. Oh, I've done it again. There we go. And that's the last one on this roll. Okay, so now let's look at the difference. This one, I know for a fact, would have had camera shake. I was running about a 30th of a second, I think. It was really, really quite low. And I just got this grab shot. I wanted to get the poppy reef in the middle there. And now these must have been taken last year, near Remembrance Day, because of that, and because of the one that you'll see further down. I've actually been through these. The original idea was to go through these with you, but I never got around to that. When I just first received them, I just never got around to doing that. Again, is that right? So let's have a look. So yeah, I do like the colour rendition, but they're really, really, really soft. I think they've been really poorly scanned, to be honest with you, because every time I've used other companies with low resolution, they're still sharp. They're not like this, but I do like the colours within the actual trees. And what I will say about it is, there's a better one. What I will say about it is, this actually comes quite close to the Konica film that I had back in the day. This actually looks like that does. Not quite as vibrant as that did with the colours of autumn, but still very nice. And I remember this tree being illuminated around all the shadow area with the seat. And it's come up quite nice actually, I'm quite pleased with that. And again, let's look into one of the little footbridges that crosses the river. So this would have been, I'm assuming it would have been around the time, as I say, of Remembrance Sunday. I like both of those. I like the textures we've got within the actual bridge itself. and the trees, and obviously the leaves on the ground. This one I'm not so pleased with, but as I say, it does really remind me of the Konica film. I think it's really difficult to capture on film unless you're using something like, I can't even think of the name of the film now, but there's a Kodak film, Ektar. If you're using Ektar, you really do get that explosion of colour with it, which you don't get with this. I did a little video blog about it a few years ago. Didn't get many views. I'll try and put it in the link in the description. You can watch that. But that really renders like the autumn stuff wonderfully without it being too, or even bothered, even at all Photoshop manipulated. But soon I won't be able to get these shots. Well, I will be able to get these shots, but I just won't be able to do it as much because of where I'm moving to, which is going to remain anonymous at the moment. And this is what makes me think it's obviously near Remembrance Sunday. It's because of this. And this one, they put different things for Easter and that sort of thing, as you've seen before in my photographs. Yeah, what on earth I was doing, I don't know. Again, these aren't really punchy, but if I remember rightly, is the 250D meant to be a film that is slightly flatter because they then grade the film? I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong or I'm right. And this place was closing down. They're actually it was costing too much money to run or whatever it was, and the local council are closing it down, from what I understand. And another shot. I've really got to stop doing these photographs of this part of the river. It's getting really monotonous. Again, another monotonous shot. Because I've not been myself recently and stuff, I've not had that passion to go out and take film, but now I'm moving and I've cut down to the few cameras I have, and I should be able to afford more colour film. I think I might be doing it. The unfortunate part about it is I probably won't be able to develop black and whites anymore, or not at the moment anyway. Okay, so all these stopper shots you've seen before, and then we go to Nottingham. And I was filming up there, and I don't know when this was. I was actually, I was going to the theatre with some friends, and I just happened to be there early. And I love the way this pops out, this fish and chips, and the lovely reds, the KFC reds and that sort of thing. And I had to check. So I put this name into Google, and it came up Nottingham. So I'm definitely right about it being Nottingham. And again, that's one of their shopping centres, I believe. And I just love that. These are, I mean, I really like these shots. But as I say, these scans aren't really that sharp. The minute I start to zoom in, they kind of really soften up really quickly. Oops. And that's at Nottingham Railway Station. Obviously it's 20 past 10 in the morning. They're quite nice. Would have been better in black and white. And then back to the river again. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, the last couple. This is obviously one of the shops in town, Harrison's. It's a men's emporium. And just saw these in the window. Haven't really got much reflection, which is quite good. And also this one, again, I think I was at 1.8 on a 50mm lens with this, but it's got like a nice effect around it, which I really like. Anyway, sorry it's been so long and me not uploading, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again very soon.